Okay. No time like the present. There's a story we're taught early in life that strength means standing alone, that needing help is weakness, that the strongest people don't complain, they endure. We call it being independent, self-reliant, a lone wolf. And for a while, it feels noble. Many of us had learned this lesson without anyone ever saying it out loud. Maybe it came from watching adults who never rested. Maybe it came from being the dependable one, the calm one, the one who didn't cause trouble. Or maybe it came from stories, anime, games. Heroes who walk alone into the night, the silent protagonist, characters who shoulder the world without asking for anything in return. We admired them, we wanted to be like them, and slowly, we became them. We watched characters like Guts, Sasuke, or my personal favorite, Miyamoto Musashi, and how they would travel with nothing but their sword as a companion. We would watch them reach incredible heights, but at terrible costs. The lone wolf myth tells us something very specific, that if you're strong enough, you won't need anyone. That if you suffer quietly, it somehow makes you more worthy. That asking for help means you failed the test. And the worst part is that the myth almost works. Who are some of your favorite lone wolf archetypes? Or are you a lone wolf trying to break free yourself? Let me know down below. And if you made it this far, consider subscribing. You deserve it. I think the lone wolf myth emerges in my life when it comes to asking for help. I'll build an IKEA dresser backwards 3 times before I ask anyone to take a look at the instruction manual. I think that has hurt me in the past. Like things that could have been simple end up becoming such a daunting task because I chose not to ask for help, especially when it comes to like criticism. I think I get severely defensive, or if I gain a whiff of someone thinking poorly of me, I kind of shut down. And growing up, I did idolize those types of characters like Miyamoto Musashi, like I mentioned earlier. I remember reading the manga Vagabond with him in it, and I remember idolizing him for how far he went. Like he started off as a boy, a beastly boy in the woods, but he had this innate ability already, so he was able to eliminate his foes, not in the prettiest way, but he just never lost, and he kept winning, and that kept feeding his drive. But it's interesting because you get to see him go from this feral child, just slaying everyone, to someone who's really pensive and reflective and uses that in his combat. But it's also cool that it's based off of a real person, a real samurai. I think he even wrote a book. I don't know, you can look that up. For many of us, there's comfort in isolation. When you're alone, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to disappoint anyone. You don't have to risk being misunderstood. You become self-contained, predictable, safe. Like a character who always travels solo, never staying long enough to get hurt. But strength built only on isolation is fragile. Think Light Yagami, who gained overwhelming power and status, and we see him slowly crumble in the corridors of his mind. So many of the characters we grew up with wore this myth like armor. The wandering swordsman who never settles. The quiet gunslinger drifting from place to place. The warrior who believes their burden would only weigh others down. They're cool, they're composed, they're admirable. But if you look closely, they're also tired. They push people away not because they don't care, but because they care too much. They believe closeness will only end in loss. This strategy is usually founded in trauma. Like, I don't think Sasuke would have been so hard on himself if his brother Itachi didn't do what he did to the entire clan. And I still find their brotherhood so endearing. I mean, he slayed every last Uchiha member, even his parents, but spared his little brother. And it's that tragedy that allowed Sasuke to first activate his Sharingan at the age of 7. It almost felt like a reward for surviving that terrible ordeal alone, and later unlocking the more powerful Mangekyo Sharingan after learning that his brother wasn't the monster he believed him to be. I'd say Itachi was the OG lone wolf. a double agent that took out his whole family and allowed his brother to think it was rooted in evil, when it was actually an act of love, arguably, to protect the village from all-out war, and most importantly, his brother. Now that's a lonely path. All right, we're getting sidetracked. And in those stories, there's always a moment, a crack in the armor, when they were forced to confront the truth. They were never meant to be alone.
Believe it.
In real life though, we don't always get that moment. We just keep walking. We become that friend that's always fine, the sibling who never asks, the person who listens but never speaks. We tell ourselves, I don't want to be a burden. I'll figure it out. Other people have it worse, so we carry it quietly until the weight starts to show up in strange ways. Exhaustion that doesn't go away, irritability without a cause, a constant feeling of being disconnected, even in a room full of people. For me, it was immense anxiety in situations that didn't merit it. The lone wolf myth doesn't break you all at once. It erodes you slowly, like Guts' berserker armor, giving you a semblance of control, but consuming you gradually. It teaches you to equate worth with endurance, to measure strength by how little you need. But humans were never designed to function like that. Even the strongest characters, the ones we idolize, only truly grow once they let someone walk beside them. Enters Casca. Hey, shout out if you're lucky enough to have found your Casca, your Mikasa, your Hinata, your peace in this great void. And if you haven't found them, don't worry, they're still out there, waiting for you in some internet cafe or wherever it is you kids congregate. Here's the truth that stories hint at but rarely say outright. Needing others doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. Strength isn't isolation, it's trust. Trusting someone to see you tired, to see you unsure, to see you human. I think the best example of this is when Goku and Vegeta fuse. They literally become one mind, one body. That's like the ultimate trust fall. Does that mean that Goku can see the memories of Vegeta and Bulma? I digress. What if real strength isn't walking alone into the dark, but allowing someone to walk with you? What if resilience isn't silent suffering, but knowing when to rest? What if independence doesn't mean I don't need anyone, but I know who I can lean on? That doesn't make you less capable. It makes you sustainable. The lone wolf myth taught us how to survive, but it was never meant to teach us how to live. You don't have to disappear to be strong. You don't have to carry everything alone. You don't have to prove your endurance to anyone. Even wolves run in packs. And maybe the bravest thing you can do is let someone see you take that armor off. If you've been walking alone for a long time, you're not broken. You were just doing what you thought strength looked like. But strength can look different now. It can look like connection, like honesty, like choosing not to carry everything by yourself anymore. And that choice, that's not weakness, that's growth. Don't forget the law of the jungle. If you did, listen closely. Now, this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Alright, if you made it this far and you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe maybe. If you hated the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe maybe. I'll catch you next time. Peace.